This is the first video vlog of the Global Learning Project. There will be 3 of them. In this first one, we'll talk about the first interaction I had with my said person who was culturally different from me. And in this video, I will be describing what happened in the experience I had, how I felt emotionally, how my behaviors could have changed, and how my personality could have changed as well. So, my person I chose was my roommate, and her name is Grace. And I decided to put myself into her social group. So I could have gone and hung out with her friends or gone on a meal. And so with the interaction that did happen, I did go and get a meal with one of her close friends from her high school. So to explain that, my roommate has about 8 friends from her graduating class that come to Michigan State. So I was able to interact with one of her friends, and her name is Katie. So sometimes she comes over to our room and hangs out, but I don't actually interact with them on a personal level. So I've met her, she has met me too, but we haven't really interacted together with Grace as well. So it was very, very good that I got the chance to interact with one of her friends. So because I realized that, number one, because they're from the same school, they're going to talk about things that they know. So I knew firsthand that I was going to be uncomfortable with anything that they were going to discuss, because it was probably going to be something that I had no idea, I had no involvement with at all. So what exactly happened? So Katie came over before the football game on Saturday, and they said, hey, we're going to dinner, would you like to join us? So I said yes, and I was very thankful that they asked me. So we went over to eat dinner, and right off the bat, I knew that I was going to change how I acted and everything. So when we got down to start eating, I realized I didn't move a lot. I don't move a lot when I eat, but I realized that I didn't change my seating position at all. I didn't get up to get any more food if I wanted to. Not that I needed to that night, that I believe. But if I wanted to, I probably wouldn't have, because I would have been a little bit too uncomfortable to get up and move. My personality changed. I was a lot more reserved. I didn't let my bubbly, funny personality come out as much. And then with my emotions, I didn't really know how to communicate very well. Like, my emotions weren't really intact. I kind of just faked my way through the meal, because they talked about a lot of their high school friends. So I would just say yes or no, or just laugh when something would happen, be like, oh, that's too bad, or huh, yeah, I agree, or haha, that was funny. But I really wasn't acting myself. So I realized through an interaction like that, pardon me, that my emotions, my behavior, my personality definitely changed. Because if I were to go with my own friends to any meal or hang out, I would be adding my own commentary, and I would laugh a lot, and I would feel free to get up and get more food if I wanted to. But when I got down, I sat down and had my meal there, I just sat there, I finished my meal, I just kind of went along with what they were doing. The only positive, well, not only, but the nice positive thing is that Grace and her friend Katie, they were very nice. So I didn't feel totally uncomfortable, but when I had to interact with them, it was a little bit more uncomfortable. But the one comforting thing was that I had Grace there. She's my roommate, so I know her already. So that made me comfortable knowing that I knew at least one person already. Because I could have decided for my project to interact with somebody that I had no idea who they were, just somebody that was in my class, or somebody I didn't really know really well, but because I knew Grace as she's my roommate, I felt a little bit comfortable. So after this interaction, when I got time to think about it, I obviously became more comfortable. I relaxed a lot. I didn't tense up, and I just felt the same. But before, during, especially during, things definitely changed, and I didn't feel the same. So it really makes me think and realize that when we do really interact with somebody we don't really know, or we haven't interacted with somebody like that before, or we are put in a situation like that, we do change who we are personally, emotionally, and how our behaviors differ when we are with somebody like that. So it's interesting to think how just a small situation like that, interaction, can change us. So when we think about it, that really does connect with the psychology of our emotions, our behaviors, and everything, because psychology is all about how our brain decides to take all the math chaos that we have and make something of it. So when we are put into this situation, our brain tells us that we are not comfortable, we have to figure out how to do this, we have to adjust. We have defense mechanisms, and that's not important to this video, but if we were to think about it on a deeper psychological fact, we have defense mechanisms when it comes to facing situations that we aren't used to or comfortable with. So that is my first interaction. I hung out with my roommate's friend, and in the next video I hope to learn a new skill with my roommate to see how our cultures that are different will make us learn the skill differently. So thank you for watching this, and this is my first video vlog, and today is Wednesday, October 8th. And thank you so much. I look forward to the next video.